Well, you know who this is. Once again, it's Adventure Vin, shooting on location in Lebanon, Oregon, where my sister Betty lives now. This was the whole road trip. Right now, Lary, fiance, is going to, the term he used was auger. I don't know. Should I pretend like I know what I'm talking about before I trip over whatever I'm stepping in out here? It's hay or, I don't know. Everyone watching this probably knows more about this stuff than I do. I'm not at a museum. It's nothing about history. It's about agriculture and farming. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But he's driving that big green thing. I think we're gonna go in that. And I guess that combine. This is really making me look stupid, which I am. I'm ignorant to what's going on. Yes, this is one thing I have I can tell you all about Route 66 and historical presidents and the Pony Express and the telegraph and the railroad system. I can't tell you anything about this. So I'm learning right along with you. But I think we're gonna go in that truck and go out into this field and do something. What? I have no idea. But it's a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful trip. I really appreciate all the comments and the following that's been going on. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to project my voice over the machine. I don't have my clip-on mic, but this is the way you guys are gonna get it. And for those that don't personally know me, when I do my videos, I'm just doing it on my Samsung phone. I don't have any real elaborate, tricky introduction or special effects. I hit record, it records, you get everything, I hit stop, and then I send it on to YouTube. I like to get more technically inclined and make it a little bit more entertaining. But I would always like to think that there's always an element of entertainment, education, and interest that my videos offer. So I'm going to climb in that thing. I'll pause it in a second. I'm going to be at it for a couple of days. This is a new experience for me and glad to have it. New experience as far as what goes on here. I don't know if it's classified as a farm. All I see is a lot of, it looks like, hold on, it looks like this is the stuff that, this is hay. So if there were a bunch of horses around or cows or whatever, I'd imagine that they'd be eating this pretty well. Maybe that's why he doesn't have horses. They would eat all of it. But it's really interesting so far. Let me see if I can get up close so you can see. There's probably a degree of safety I should be adhering to, but I don't know. But that thing picks it up. That's picking it up and it's spitting it out in this right now. All right, let me pause it. I guess the next time I come on, I'll be in the vehicle. Actually, this is a cool forward shot. So this is what the forward of the vehicle looks like. That's Lary in the cockpit. I don't know, maybe they do call it a cockpit, I don't know. There's a seat as you're looking. Once again, I'm in selfie mode, so everything's reversed to you guys. So I'll be sitting to Lary's left. It's the viewer's right as you guys are watching it. Really beautiful area. We're about maybe 2.5 hours south of Portland, kind of off the 5. I returned the Penske truck today. It was bittersweet. I tallied up the miles. I put 3,600. In a prior video, I said something about 5,000 miles. No, I didn't do 5. I did that on my motorcycle on Route 66 on round trip, but no, it was like 3,060 miles or something like that is what I traveled. All right, so now I'm inside the cab with Lary. What's kind of nice, is this called a cab or a cockpit?
This is a cab.
Okay, so we're inside the cab, as you saw the pictures previously, right before I put it on pause. It's quite nice because it dampens the noise, so we're like sealed in here, and it's actually temperature controlled for hot and cold.
Yes.
Right.
We only run it in the summer, so it's the air conditioning you love.
Oh, so there's the air conditioning system there. And then I'm gonna spin it around, I'm gonna show you what we're doing. But what's really nice about it is that it's kind of quiet in here. So explain to me, okay, so I said earlier, I said, so this looks like hay what horses or cows would eat. That's what I see as a layman, I don't know what this is. So what is this device doing right now?
So the grass has been cut and put into a swath to dry. And this machine is chewing up the straw and sifting out the seed. And so we're collecting the seed in the tank behind us, and then we dump it in the truck, and that goes to the warehouse
does that? Who cleans it and puts it into bags?
Well, other farmers have a warehouse. We don't have our own warehouse. But, and then from there it goes to retailers like Walmart and a lot of them for lawns and it's used for a variety of reasons. And so the different types of grass goes to different things. So
this product can actually end up at a Walmart?
Not this particular. This is an annual ryegrass, and it's used mainly as a cover crop or erosion control.
Okay.
Things of that nature. It grows quick, but it only grows 1 year. So it'll grow tall. So it's one of the cheaper. Right now it's about 50 cents a pound, I think. But
what were you saying yesterday? What was the percentage of this type of commodity worldwide?
Well, 90% of the world's grass seed is grown here in this mountain.
90% of the grass seed.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody in Maine or somebody in Canada or somebody in New Zealand wanted to do something.
New Zealand grows a little bit, and Minnesota is starting to grow a little bit.
Oh, well, both places I picked, it said New Zealand, and they're actually trying to grow
the United Kingdom has had a little bit, but they have rain, and so they have to dry it all out. Our climate, because during harvest time here, it goes dry for 2 months. That's why it's grown here. We have plenty of water in the spring, and then harvest, it needs to be dry, and it's perfect here. No other place in the world really has that climate exactly the same as here.
And what would you say that for anybody watching this video, even for myself, when you say this area, are you saying Salem, Eugene, Portland to Corvallis? I mean, what is the area that we're talking about?
Most people would say it's about 120 miles, so south of Portland down to Eugene.
Okay.
And then from the Coast Range to the foothills of the Cascades, there's about a 60 by 120 valley roughly where most of that grass is grown.
Okay. Now, so when I was doing it earlier, would this be anything that a horse or a cow would eat in its raw form that we're looking at now?
Yeah. Yeah, if you were going to make hay, you would go and take, you would cut this earlier, and then you would bale it when it was green. You wouldn't let it dry and clear out like this.
Okay.
And then they would eat it with the seeds and the stalk. Now, what they do, you see the straw here where I went on the last round and threshed, the seed is gone. That's straw.
Okay.
So they will come along and bale that, and probably within the next week. And then they take that and they make big bales that are like 1,500 pounds a piece, and then they compact it and they ship it to places like Korea and Japan and China. They feed their animals and straw there too.
This stuff that I'm looking at right now here
in
Oregon can end up in China or Japan.
Yes.
That's just amazing to think that we import so much from China these days.
The farmers, we used to burn it. We used to have to pay money to get rid of it. And then they stopped the burning, and then, I mean, there was a stretch where we would take a tractor and pull a chopper and chop it up fine and then plow it in the ground. And we'd use all this fuel, and now, because they eliminated the field burning because of people not liking the inconvenience of smoke, they have created a whole other industry out of the straw and shipping it overseas.
So instead of
paying money to get rid of it, now they're paying us
to take it, to get rid of it.
Yes, and it's great for the farmers.
I got another question just because this is from our side. So I'd imagine there must have been a time when the technology that we're using today to drive this vehicle wasn't enclosed to the elements. So the person driving it probably would have to have eye, ear, and mouth protection.
I've sat outside, breathed on dust.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
So this is like a
Get 97 degrees and that dust all over it. It's not nearly as fun as this.
so you've had firsthand experience in this industry, doing this job for this purpose, but yet the operator is exposed. All this encasing is gone.
In fact, I was running one of those cabless combines the day Elvis died.
The day Elvis died, literally.
What is it? August 16th, 1977, something, whatever it is.
So you call it. So it's like there's a term for that, cabless combine.
So I will never forget it.
Well, there you go. There's right there, pages of history right there. I can only imagine. You know, you see, like when I'm looking at it, it reminded me of that one scene in the movie Cars where they're going out and they're supposed to be cow tipping, but they're combine tipping, and you see the combines and looking at that.
We tipped one over in 1977 too.
A combine
on the road. Yeah.
On a combine.
We were on a.
Now, I'm looking at the way that this green thing's rolling, and it looks like on the extreme either end, it's directing whatever's not in the middle towards the middle.
Yes.
And then right in the middle, looks like spikes coming out of it, and what that looks like, what Imagine's doing is breaking it down a little bit farther, and it's acting like a beater bar of a vacuum cleaner, and it's sucking it up and it's pushing it in the back.
So it sucks it up, and then this section down, that's called the header. And then there's a section here called the feeder house. And then right below the cab here is a big round cylinder that's going around really fast, and it has teeth on it. It thrashes that out.
Okay.
And then it spits the straw out the back, and then the seed.
Oh, check that out.
Up into here.
Well, that is all seeds. Yeah, look at that.
Now you can see there's short straw and stuff in there,
Yeah.
and all that junk gets cleaned out at the warehouse.
Hope you guys can see. Yeah, there's a good shot. So all this stuff that was empty. You emptied that before we left.
Yeah.
So when I was filming him earlier and it was going in, what do you call it, auger or what?
Yeah, I was augering it into the truck.
Augering into that white truck when I was filming it. It was there was some stuff in it. This was fully empty. Look how much we got in there now. I just can't imagine this getting into your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose. I mean, if there was no cab here, oh my goodness, that would be.
It's not very pleasant.
That'd be insane.
I mean, when you work out here all day long, you have to get out. Like at night, we'll blow all the junk off. We blow the dust, and it's not always fun. Blow out your radiators and all your engine filters and all that. It's not very fun.
When I would go training out in Fort Irwin, like some of you guys know in my military experience, I was in Egypt for 6 months, but I was never in Iraq or Afghanistan. But what he's talking about, we would have to, at Fort Irwin, or we're training in the desert, or in Egypt, at night we'd have air compressors, and we would disassemble some of the engine parts of our vehicles, and we would use the air compressor to blow out all the fine soot and sand. So the concept's the same. At the end of the workday for this purpose, they have to maintain their vehicles by taking all the dust to make sure it doesn't, collect over time and clog the air intake system, or even the mechanics that we see that are moving. Well, I'm about 13 minutes. I think I'm just gonna wrap this one up and maybe do another shot of it at a different angle. But this is first time experience for me. It's kind of fun. It's air conditioned. We're protected, and
It's easy.
Yeah, I was like, he's doing all the work, and he's doing 10% of the work. The machine's doing 90%. Yeah. But before I sign off, let me just show you a distance of how far we've come. I don't think I can zoom in, but we started way on the other end of all this. I don't even see the house. Do you see the house? Oh, it's right in the center. Okay, I couldn't see it. It's almost camouflaged. So you see those trees. So the house should be in the center of your screen right now. I got the angle right, and we're just going all the way around. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off for now. We're in Lebanon, Oregon, and getting. Isn't there a hymn that's kind of like taking out the? There's a hymn about the chaff and the seed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking of?
I can't think of it.
Bringing in the seed.
Bringing in the sheaves.
Yeah. Is that anywhere related to what we're doing?
That's probably talking more about grain.
Okay. Well, like I said when I started this video, it's not about history or geography, so I'm kind of at a loss for it. But I learned. I hope you learned. Kept it entertaining and informative. Don't forget to follow me along. My trip, for the most part, is over. I'll be here for a couple more days. And I got to catch up on my Facebook on some still shots I've done. And I got a couple of videos I need to punch out there. So like, subscribe, get out there, enjoy what's right out your back door in the United States. Take care, everybody.